Good day. My name is Tian Maria. I'm the Head of Human Capital Management with the Securitas Financial Group. It's my privilege this morning to talk to you about something that we all are very passionate about at Securitas, and that is human capital management, the most important asset of our organization. More specifically, recruitment as part of the process bringing that human capital into our organization. Recruitment is broken down in specific parts of the process, and when we look at recruitment in its processes, it is also two specific aspects. There is the applicant externally that applies, and then the selection process internally within the organization. I would like to focus this morning more on the external process, where the candidate applies to us as an organization. The reason being, as a selection panel internally, I've often come to realize that there are certain gaps, and I wish a lot of times that I could have made contact with these applicants far earlier in the process and taught them and explained that certain things are far more important. That would have helped them in their application process. So where do we start? The golden key in applying for any position is your CV, your curriculum vitae. Now, about CVs, I can talk for a whole day, but here's a couple of aspects. Firstly, keep it simple. A CV needs to read easily. Make sure that there are no spelling errors. Make sure that the font is easy on the eye. Make sure that the flow of your document makes sense. Follow reverse critical order in terms of chronology. In other words, last job first, most recent qualification first. That might not make sense, but to the panel who reads hundreds of CVs, that makes sense. Make sure that you apply for a position that matches your skill set. That also just makes sense. The market out there is desperate. One has the greatest appreciation for that. But for the internal selection panel, there needs to be the perfect match of skill set, CV, attributes from the candidate, and success within the role within the company. In other words, when we send out our CVs, safeguard yourself against continuous disappointment. So in other words, sometimes we feel I've sent out 50 CVs and nobody came back to me. The reason might be that a lot of those CVs that I've sent out was really not applicable to the positions advertised. What else is important? Research the company that we apply for. I would really like to invite you to go and visit Securitas Financial Group's website. It tells you so much more about who we are, what we like to do, and what we stand for. In other words, you need to also be sure that you would like to work for this company. Recruitment is a two-way street. Interviews is a two-way communication. So you need to make sure prior that you've also selected this employer for you. Again, one shouldn't be in a desperate state to say or to think, I'll take anything, because there's no longevity in such a decision. What else is important in my application? Make sure that you make it easy for the selection panel. If you can, include already copies of the likes of a matric certificate. Include copies of your qualification certificates. because those would be asked in any event as soon as you start forming part of a selection process. In other words, ease of process as well. A last thing in terms of ease of process, and it might sound simple, when you've decided you're a candidate within the job market, be contactable. So many times when one have seen a telephone number on a CV and I'm the one that dials the number, nobody answers the phone. When there are so many candidates available in a trying economy out there, I'm only going to phone the number once. And then my perception might be this person isn't interested. So when I'm in the job market, always keep that telephone right beside me, charged, and answer the phone. Whether it is an 086 number, whether it is an 087 number, an unfamiliar number, pick up the phone. And how do we pick up the phone? If we think this might be somebody that would like to invite me for an interview that impacts on my career. Always business-like, always professional. I would like to make a last comment. When we like to put ourselves out there in the job market, be very aware of social media. As much as we've researched the company that we would like to work for, be sure that the company is going to research you. Be mindful not to have any unsavory media of yourself out there. Even if it's a photograph on your CV, always make sure that it is the best version of you. Corporate, tasteful, the best version of you. Please go and visit the website of the Securitas Financial Group. Look at the vacancies available. We're a blue chip employer of choice. And we would like to hear from you. We would like to receive your CVs, and we would like to hear from you. Thank you for your kind attention.